Hey, I'm Craig, and today for the Surfboard Guide, we're going to do the initial thoughts on the new Haydenshapes Midlength Glider. So this is a new Midlength Glider by Haydenshapes, which I believe was designed in partnership with one of his top and original team riders, Craig Anderson. That guy's got so much style and surfs so well, always keen to check out what he's doing. So the mid-length glider I got is the 610, so it comes in a bunch of different stock dimensions, and this is the stock 610. So 610, 20 and 5/8 by 2 and 11/16, and it's 42.2 litres. So there's a few different versions or people saying what is and isn't a mid-length, pending length in that, but you know, Hayden, I think, is calling them mid-length or a glider, and I'm happy to go by what he's saying because he seems to know what he's doing. So looking over it, it's long and it's really quite flat. What I've found quite interesting is compared to a lot of other kind of mid-lengths that kind of a little bit more performance orientated and have a bit more lift through the front end, this is actually quite flat through the front, and actually reminds me a couple of years ago I had like a 10.6 Christensen glider, which is a really long kind of thinned out sort of wave to surf a whole variety of conditions, but the front end of that actually feels very, very similar. A lot of volume and a similar kind of nose, not rounded like, you know, a Malibu or whatever, and definitely not pointy like a surfboard, but looking at how it's kind of rolled through there, kind of reminds me of that long glider, which was really, really cool. On the bottom, it's pretty interesting. They're saying it has a rolled entry through to a double V. Having surfed in, you know, kind of small waves and bigger waves, feels like it just moves really nicely across water, and the bottom doesn't kind of come into it too much at all. So yeah, I've had a few surfs on the glider. First surfed it in some really small waves, because generally that's what I'd kind of grab something like this for. It's probably average little runners, you know, kind of in that, you know, knee to shoulder high range. Nice clean conditions, kind of down the line, you can do a few turns or whatever. But I actually had a day where we had some kind of big onshore, you know, kind of 6 foot rollers that weren't really doing a whole lot. And I was actually keen to ride this because I could see them kind of capping a little bit further out. So I thought this was a really good board to get into them nice and early. And there's some room to do a turn or two. Thing felt epic. It is pretty flat. The rocker is nothing crazy, and it's pretty flat through that front end. So while I'd surf it in some kind of bigger waves in that 6 to 8 foot range, I probably wouldn't surf it in waves that are big and steep and sucky. But hey, we'll see how we go. This is only the initial thoughts, so we will put out a full review in the coming weeks, and we'll have some more footage and stuff like that of the board and how it goes. So we'll see how we go. Maybe we'll push it in some bigger, steeper and suckier conditions. Yeah, but overall, super fun board, really cool outline. I'd actually had it for a while. I was trying to get Futures do a 7-inch performance with side bites, which is, I think, the recommended fin for this board. They didn't have them in stock, so I had to wait a while for it. So the board kind of sat there for a few weeks, which is okay. I was kind of injured and only getting back into surfing, but now have the fin. And this is what I've been riding the board, and it feels really, really good. It's a pretty soft fin. It's made of recycled materials, so probably not as stiff as a fiberglass fin, but it feels really good. But you know, this is the initial thoughts clip, so it's a chance for you to comment below or hit us up on Instagram at the Surfboard Guide. If you'd like to see it with some different fin setups, anything else you'd like to see in the review, please let us know. I put up a shot on Instagram and I had a few people comment about riding it as a twin or a twin keel. I'll give it a go, but I actually feel like the boxes might be a bit, you know, close to the rail and set back to have a twin keel, and it might actually hang over the rail edge a little bit, but haven't tried it yet, and I will give it a go. But yeah, any other questions, anything you'd like to see in the review about the board, please let us know. But yeah, like I said, I'm kind of come off shortboard, started with shortboards, started frothing out a bit on twin fins and, you know, more alternate craft ASIMs, and now I'm starting to get pretty frothy on boards like this. I always thought they were kind of for older guys and maybe guys that just want to cruise, but you can actually do a lot with these, and you can surf them when you just want to cruise and when waves are pretty average. So yeah, we'll try and get some surf footage together, and we'll get the full review out really shortly. Look, thanks so much for watching.